this is like one of the coolest things that I discovered is making these machines in your brain that, they're like software basically, but they perform functions. So for them, when they don't trade this way anymore, but they used to be in the pits, and in the pits, there's all these guys. And then this broker will come up to the stand and has something that makes you make a bid or an offer. And if you're near the front, or if you're louder, you can make your bid or your offer. But first, you have to look at these two TV screens that have rows of numbers with unlike fractions. You have to, as fast as you can, go. And they're changing constantly. It's like 8 1/4, and this one's 6 2/16 or something.
Okay.
You have to get the difference really fast in order to be a good trader. So their speed was not very fast at that. So when they were in the office after their trading day, I made a machine that'll do it for them. And this is so simple, and you can do this with so many things. But I said, okay, close your eyes, relax, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see two circles in your mind, and they're two fields. And in the left circle, put the number 4 and 1/16. And in the number on the right, put 8 and 3/8 or something. Anyway, so, and I said, now, just below it, there's another circle, and it's going to be green, and the correct answer is going to pop up into that circle that's green. And it would be instant. I mean, the answer would pop up. And we did a whole bunch of these. We just drilled them in, and someone was keeping track of the answers. And then they were correct. There was only one person who got one answer wrong out of all the traders. There was like 5 guys.
Yeah.
And they were right instantly. Their brain couldn't do it consciously.
Huh. So like they looked at math and they were just like, okay, number, got it. Like nothing
like that.
Nothing like 4.5 minus 3. Like it's just too much to do constantly.
Right. And what was interesting is that it was correct. The answers were correct. And when I had one of the guys, I said, here, you grade their answers, because I don't want to do that. And he was having trouble just grading them, going, oh, it's so hard to like do the math when he had already done them all correctly in the like rapid fire thing. So I have done this for kids and adults for all kinds of study skills. I have a woman who failed the bar exam twice. And so we made a machine in her brain that kept all the parts of the bar exam and connected the parts that needed to talk to each other when she passed the bar exam.
What do you mean? Like, how did they connect?
It was kind of her building on it. So first I said, okay, what are the main components we need for all the information that you have to study for the bar exam? And she'd say, okay, well, there's one for torts. So I said, okay, well, make a little compartment that has a specific color and texture, and that one's for torts. Okay, and what's the next one? And then maybe it was certain decisions or something. And so she had quite a few of these. Okay. And so as she studies now, the information is going to go into each specific category or little house and be stored there. And this is turned into a process that's below your conscious awareness. So then she said, oh, the one that's for torts just drew a line over to the one that's for these kind of court cases because they have something they share. And I said, wow, cool. And so she was just watching this thing get built.
Wow.
And she passed the exam.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much neurology you know, but that's neural networks, like at its core, right? Like,
it is, yeah.
All right, I have like, this is what I do when I'm at home, and this is what I do when I'm at university, and you know, everything's separate, and here are the ideas that I have when I'm at home, and all of these things. That's crazy.
I know, and I've done it for so many purposes. And so anyway, if you go to my new channel at locals.com, there's one that's on the mind machines and how to build them. For kids that have trouble spelling, I build a machine that spells the word. So if I say the word castle, the sound goes in the machine and then it comes out spelled. And I say, what do you see? And they get the words right. Now it's spelled correctly all the time. Wow. It's so weird. But this one, the one that was really cool was a 3rd grade black girl that I had given her a bunch of words. Everything was working fine. And then I said, Africa, and she put it in. And when it came out, she said, doesn't look right. It's Africka. And I said, well, what do you notice? He said, well, all the letters have like draft colors except for the K is black. And she didn't know how to spell. She was a terrible speller, but she had seen Africa with a K in her culture, but her mind knew that it wasn't supposed to be there for our spelling purposes. Wow. And all this math stuff I've built them for. And when we take ourselves away from our conscious, like, kind of the effort that we put in consciously to solve some things, we're much better.
Well, that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on in my hypnotherapy practice. I'm essentially realizing that, and this is something that I sort of came up to on my own time, and then hypnotherapy just reinforced it. It's just the fact that motivation, focus, and attention, all of those things are not controlled consciously. Like, I can't control how much motivation I have to, let's say, go to the gym or do work. It just sort of flows through me, you know? And the amount of times that I tried the carrot and stick method, you know, trying to hit myself and punishment and reward and all of these things, it was so frustrating and so, ineffective, to the point where I was like, you know what? Okay, let me start trying it by myself. I went the entire long route, and then I get to the end and realize that hypnotherapy is just the perfect way to just take the shortcut.
Well, what I've discovered is that people have mostly pain attached to the things that they want to do. So when you want to motivate yourself, your mind is opening up all these different beliefs about yourself that are like, oh God, it's so hard to motivate myself and I just don't feel like doing it. And I'm, obviously I'm a loser and I'll never go. But it's just all these emotional things open up. So why would you want to do that thing when it feels so negative every time you think about it?
Yeah. And why do we keep reinforcing the fact that work has such a negative connotation?
Yeah.
I'm going to work, it hurts. It hurts. I actually do something in my journal every day where I write and I do how many hours today did I work? And then I have the total, and then how many of it was work as work and how many of it was work as play.
Wow.
And it's nice, because I look back on my day and I'm like, I worked for 4 hours, just like rigorous stuff. And then I did 5 things that were technically work, but I just absolutely loved them. And it's a completely different feeling doing both.
That's nice. Because then your mind focuses partly on the reward for the stuff that feels like play. And so there's something positive attached to it. Yeah. And I would say with addictions, that people just have so much negativity attached to quitting whatever their addiction is. And so it's like just too hard because all the negative stuff comes up and there's nothing positive attached to it.